Hello everyone, I'm John and this is Just A GearHead, and today we're going to continue working on the 77 Century. Stay tuned. Alright, so today what we're going to do is we're going to see if I can get the oil pan off and maybe see if we can figure out if that rear main seal is leaking finally. And I might give you an update on one or two other things, I don't know, we'll see. But first, we'll deal with the oil pan. So, I have a metal bar kind of placed across from fender to fender, and a strap holding the back of the motor up. That way I can take the jack that is under the oil pan out, and I can take off the flex plate and then try to finally drop off the oil pan. I don't know if the pickup tube will be in the way, but... Alright, so the flywheel came off no problem. I just had to put a bar in to brace it so the engine would turn while I undid the bolts. That wasn't a big deal. The oil pan did come off, but I had to loosen off the bolts for the oil pickup tube. I had to take one out, loosen the other one off and let it flop around. Then I could drop the oil pan down and get to that second bolt all the way out. It was a real pain in the butt. I had to use a variety of little wrenches and whatnot to try to get it off. I don't have a really good wrench for getting in there, so putting it back together is probably going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. But yeah, but we got it off, so that's the important part. So then I can clean up the surfaces, and you see the gas that's left there, there's RTD here and there. So I can clean up those surfaces, clean up the gasket surfaces, and see if I have to straighten this pan out or not. Clean it. Probably paint it too before I throw it back on. And oh yeah, the rear main seal is up in here, behind here. Don't know. I'll have to look into taking that apart. One of the viewers was talking about there's sometimes to even out oiling on the, I believe it's for the lifters and for the cam, you can take out these little plugs and put a little loop, like a copper tube, between the two of them with some fittings, just to equal out the pressure. I guess someone used to sell a kit for it. I couldn't find any kit for it. But whoever was in this motor before me filled these little plugs with RTV in that, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to take that apart or not. There's a lot of RTV in there. So I don't know if I'll get to doing that. We'll see. I'll poke at those a little, see how hard it is to get the RTV out of those plugs. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Alright, so I got the end cap off. It's a bit of a chore. Whoever went through this motor before, you really liked the RTV. I just kind of glued it on everything. The bearing doesn't look too bad, so you can reuse it. This is the seal that's in there. This is a rope seal. This is the old style one. And the elastic kit I bought, I think comes with the rope seals, but I also bought a modern rubber version of this, which I'm going to try to install. See up here. Crank looks good. A little bit of wear, but nothing major. The rope seal, I don't know if you guys can see, I was in this little groove up in here. You're going to have to push the old one out and then slide the new one in. You're supposed to offset them slightly. The last person didn't really offset it, so that'll be fun to get out. And yeah, we'll see if I can get that out, and then we'll maybe clean up the RTV and put it back together. So I'm on Rock Auto and I ordered this, which was supposed to be for this car. It's supposed to be a rear main seal for it, but as you can see, that does not fit in there at all. So I'm not sure what car that's for, but it's not for this one. So I'll see if I can return that or not. It's probably for a Chevy. They did put Chevy engines in these cars, so I've been running into that problem where every so often I have to double check and triple check to make sure I'm not getting the Chevy part. So I either ordered the Chevy part or they have this listed for the Buick 350 and it's meant for the Chevy 350. I don't know. It's not for this motor. But I have new ropes in my other plastic pack. Shipped from Velcro, I think. So I'm going to use one of these, put it in there, see if I can get the top one out, and put this back together. You see these grooves here? They're supposed to be for these little rubber seals. They're on there somehow, I thought. Anyways, previous guy, when he put this together, just filled it up with silicone. Or RTD or whatever the heck. But yeah, got that all cleaned out. Now we just gotta cut the new rubber and to a similar length to this, jam it in there, and then we can put it back together. Alright, so there's the rear main cap on. I did use a little bit of silicone, but nowhere near what the other person had used. And I used a little rubber plastic pieces that go in these holes instead of just filling them up with RTV or silicone. Now, I think we're going to, since I'm under here, scrape off the little bit of plastic material that's still left on here, and then we can start cleaning up the oil pan. I wiped out the oil pan. There wasn't much junk in it, it was pretty clean. But I got these gaskets off of it now. And then we'll check the straightness of the lip or the flange and see how many of these have been pulled up. As people reach down, then that'll help with the oil leak when all they're doing is bending the metal. But anyways, we're going to use these carbide scrapers to scrape that off. That's most of the gasket material removed. There's a little bit of silicone, there's little grooves left on there, but it's not too bad. I could always get the sandpaper and take that off if I really wanted to. But now we're going to check to see if this flange is straight and how many of these bolt holes or whatever are bent up in this case. Put a straight edge on it. Let's see if it's just a square. And as you can see, yeah, there's, you can see that there's light coming through in a bunch of places, and that one's touching there, and that one's not touching. And down here, touching. Oops. Let's see if I can see that. There we go. So yeah, a few of these need to be hammered down a little bit. There's a couple ways to go about it. One of the simplest is to put a small socket, just slightly bigger than the hole on the back here, and hit the top of the, like a ball peen hammer or a body hammer. I'll show you that real quick. Alright, so hopefully you guys can kind of see from there. But right out here is just basic socket. I'm just going to hold it behind and hit it a few times with the rounded end of the body hammer. It would work better if I wasn't on a cardboard box, on something more sturdy, but to show you as I just been on the cardboard box for now. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around and pound them all down and check it with the straight edge until it looks good. Alright, so there you see there's still a little bit light in a couple of spots, but it's a lot better after a few whacks. So I'll keep playing with it. And then I need to clean it. I melted this grease and stuff off so I can paint it. It's some super clean or wire brush and some rags. I've gotten it pretty clean. This is all just old metal. So now I'm going to give it a quick sand and a couple of coats of red paint. I got green scratch pad, some sandpaper, and super color engine enamel paint. It's just red. It didn't say if it was like Chevy red or Ford red, it just said red. So we'll use this. But first we're going to scuff it down, give it a quick wipe down with some paint prep, and then we'll spray it. Well, we'll let that dry and then do a couple more coats. But I'm going to go take a break because it's dinner time and I'm hungry. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys later. So it's been a few days later. As you can see, the oil pan is all nice and dry, it's shiny red. So now we're going to try putting it back on. I think I mentioned when I was taking the pan off, I had to take the pan and the pickup together. I had to loosen the pickup off enough so it would twist and move out of the way so the pan could drop down. So what I gotta do is I'm gonna stick the gasket on here with some RTD. I'm going to do up this bolt loosely so that the pickup can wiggle around. And then I'm going to slide the pan in, and then I'm going to tighten both of these bolts up. I'll put this one and tighten it up and tighten that one up all the way. Then I can put the pan up and in. So we'll work on that. Alright, I just wanted to show you guys the gap I'm working with here. That's about as much space as I can get myself. And I'm trying to get in behind here. There's a wrench right now. So I got a bunch of little ones I'm trying to do it with. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. But anyways, I'll get back to you guys once I got that done up. So there, now the oil pan's on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a jack underneath the oil pan to support the engine. And we're going to start doing something on top. Back of the motor is being held up by a jack, so I can remove the bar that was supporting the engine. I'm going to start putting the cam in and the timing chain and the timing cover and all that on. But first I need to clean off this plastic material, so I'm going to stuff a rag in the top of the pan down there so stuff doesn't fall in the oil pan. And over here I have a few things: the timing chain cover, where the water pump connects to, the crankshaft pulley and the balancer. They're all soaking with some super clean on them, so I can clean them up before I put them back on. And if we have time today, we may throw a coat of red paint on the motor. But we'll see how far we get first. This is a carbide scraper. There we go. That's better. Well, I don't think you guys need to watch me scrape this a whole bunch, so I'll get back to when I'm done. So here's an interesting thing. I ordered parts for this car off of Rock Auto using make, model, year, all that. So I went engine side, even used the VIN because this car came with, like I said in the previous video, you should get a Chevy 350, a Buick 350, or an Olds 350. So you have to be careful based off of your VIN which motor you have. So I know this is the correct motor for this VIN. But when I ordered stuff, I ordered a new seal for the timing cover. To get rid of this rope one, it was supposed to be like a rubber or urethane, whatever type seal that you should press in. It doesn't fit. It fits around the neck of the balancer, but it doesn't fit in the hole on the back side here. I ordered a new oil pump, even though this one does work. I ordered just a new one to be, safe. It doesn't fit this motor. It's meant to be in the in the pan. But on this Buick 350, it's out here. So, okay. Then I decided to check a couple other things. The water pump's correct, but my fuel pump that I got is wrong too. The fuel pump I have still works, so I'll be using it. But it's supposed to be, just little things that eventually might break. I was going to replace it. The oil pump, the fuel pump, but they don't fit, so now I can't replace those, so I'll have to reuse the old ones. But yeah, I've been finding more and more issues like that. It's hard enough to find parts for this motor. Then when I do order them, they end up being the incorrect ones. But anyways, that's my little rant for now. So we're going to go back to cleaning these things, and hopefully we can get some of this stuff back installed on the car. Before I can install the timing cover and the timing chain, I gotta put the camshaft in. And since I've been having issues with parts, I figured I'd double check the camshaft. It does look like it's the right one. The keyway's in the right place, and everything seems to line up. This is a comp cams, obviously, camshaft. This is what they call a high energy 218. It's supposed to have decent performance for a street car and have a slight choppy idle, but not too bad. So I feel it'd be pretty good for it. Part number is right there. It's 29203-4. And here we have the specs. So duration at 50,000 lift is 218. So there's a load lift of 203. Rose valve lift there at the top is 469. I don't know what half of this stuff means. It was suggested that this would be a pretty good one for what I'm doing, since I'm having the heads worked over a little bit and I have a performance intake for it. So this is kind of what they suggested. Anyways, I figure we'll get this installed and then get that timing cover and whatnot on. Best way I know how to get this in here is to lube up a section of the camshaft, slide it in, do the next section. So, I came with comp cams assembly lube, so we're going to use that. And generates a whole lot of that. Sticky and greasy all at the same time. Probably, probably a little bit more than needed for that, but now, carefully slide that in. Then more lube. That. Come on. Tricky part.
I'm just putting the scraper on the table here.
Alright. There we go. Alright. Now I gotta clean my hands. I'm gonna find my book for this motor, because I figured I have it, might as well use it. So according to the book, I need to line up these marks. The first thing I should do is find top dead center here, which I think I'm almost at, actually. Because according to the image in the book, where is it went? There it is. This keyway is supposed to be almost in this position here, and the camshaft keyway is supposed to be directly up. So that looks right there, and this is almost right. So there's my wrench. Alright, so I have the camshaft in, I put the bolt in and turned the motor to its top dead center, and looks to be in about the spot where the manual said. Yeah, there's a little diagram there. So now, yep, it's all on. Have to put that bottom one on. Let's see, right? It started a little. Let's see if we can line this all up. And of course, I put the top one on backwards. Alright. Oh no, I had it right. Damn it. There's a bevel here. It needs to be towards the motor. But I had it right, and then I moved it. Wait a minute. Alright. And the tomato. Alright, that should be good. And then we put on our center for, this one's for the fuel pump. That goes up there. That's not on all the way. Alright. So now, I have to set the timing cover and gaskets and stuff, so I'll be back. So I almost forgot something. This is the gear for the distributor, because the distributor's on the front. So that would have been bad. Alright, so I had to lift somewhere else in the bar, find out where that went. So I had the wrong page of the book, so I was in the wrong one. This does not go straight up and down. This goes there. Alright. Now, now I can put the cover back on it. Alright. I'll be back again. I went ahead and threw on the harmonic balancer down there as well. So water pump, timing cover, timing chain, camshaft, that's all on. Hand must have been, or the crank must have been in the right place because that's pretty much dead on zero down there. Just a tad beforehand, I guess. But yeah. Alright, so that'll be it for this episode of Just A GearHead. Maybe the next episode we'll get around to painting that motor and whatnot. I don't know if I'll wait until I have the heads to do that or if I'll paint the heads separately, but we'll see how my week goes. But anyways, it's getting a little late, so that'll be it. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. If you guys want merchandise, please check the link in the description for my Redbubble page. And yeah, so thanks again, and we'll see you next time.